Hi, girls, and welcome back to Self-Care Black Girls, a podcast where we relax, sip tea, and chat about bettering ourselves as black girls. I'm BB, and I'll be helping guide you to make better choices in your daily lives. Alright, so welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody is having a good day, night, evening, morning, whenever you're listening to this. Today's episode is going to be about starting the academic semester off on a good start, strong. I have 5 tips for you all today. Also, I'm gonna let you all know what I'm taking this year, so you guys can kind of follow me along on this journey. This is going to be a 3-part series, sort of. I'm going to do this one, starting the semester strong, a mid-semester check-in, and end of the semester preparing for exams type episode. So stay tuned for those, and let's get into today's episode. Real quick before I get into it though, if you hear any background noises, just, kind of disregard that. Everybody's home right now and sort of in separate rooms, but some of the sounds are still trickling in, so I apologize for those. But like I said, now we're gonna get started. Tip number 1 that I have for you all is to get organized and to stay organized. Everybody is different. They have a different way of keeping up with everything. Some people can keep up with the syllabi, and that keeps them organized. Other people like me need a calendar or a planner to keep up with everything that they have going on in their life. And if looking at a paper full of dates is too overwhelming for you, then I suggest you go through your syllabi and you write down all the big due dates, like tests, quizzes, papers, projects, big assignments like that you're going to need to be able to see coming up in the future. And any important events that you may have coming up, you may want to write those down as well, so you make sure that you don't double schedule yourself for a specific time that the event is going on, or that you need to be studying or working on a paper or a project. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to get your syllabi as early as possible. I usually try to email all my new professors at least a week in advance to see if they have the finished, or at least a starting syllabus ready for the semester, so I can look over it. The most important part is to look over it and see if I'm going to be able to handle the workload in that specific class. Because I don't want to start the semester off and then don't think I'm going to be able to handle it, stuff like that. You also want to do, like I said in the first tip, write down important dates that you have for big assignments, or maybe you want to write all the dates down and just have the syllabus as reference or something. And also, most likely, if you get the syllabus early, you'll be able to order your textbooks, because most professors have their the required textbook in the syllabi somewhere. So that's another good incentive to get the syllabus as early as possible. So, like I said, I try to get it at least a week in advance, so somewhere in that window. So tip number 3 is to find tutors. And it may seem strange, especially since it's just the beginning of the semester, but hear me out, okay? Like I said in the last one, after you look over the syllabus and you think you can manage it, or if you look over the syllabus and you think you can manage it, or if the class that is a class that you have to take and you're probably going to struggle in it, you may want to find resources outside of the professor or the teacher, because they aren't always available. Some teachers or professors only answer emails in their during their office hour times, and that's not always convenient for everybody. So you want to go out and find somebody that you know is going to be able to help you in the class that isn't the professor or the teacher. It may also be helpful to find tutors early so you can get some peer point of view information on what to expect from the class, or maybe even the professor. Maybe the class is hard, but the professor that you're taking makes the class easy. Any information that you can get to help prepare yourself for the class. Sometimes it's better to hear about a class from a peer than it is from the professor themselves or another professor who knows that specific professor. It may be the case, towards the middle of the semester, the end of the semester, that you realize you didn't struggle in the class like you thought you may have, but it was still a good idea to know that you have somebody or some people to turn to if you are struggling, that are readily available, more so than the professor. So find your tutors early. The fourth tip that I have for you all is to get rid of all distracting outside forces. All of them. If you're doing homework or studying, put your phone on silent, do not disturb, or turn it completely off. You don't want it to keep going off while you're trying to get your work done. Don't study in groups, unless it's like a group session or you're working on a group project together or something like that, because it can distract you, or maybe you could be distracting someone else. I don't know. But try to avoid studying in groups as much as possible unless absolutely necessary. And don't make plans if you know you're behind in a class or have a lot of homework to do. Yes, it's okay to hang out with people. Yes, it's okay to, go to parties, go out to eat, sit down for coffee or something. But don't do it if you know you have a lot of homework for this class, or you have a lot of homework for that, or you have a paper or a project or something like that. Don't go and make plans when you know you've got academic work to do and get done. So, like I said, get rid of all outside distracting forces and focus on your academics. And last but not least, tip number 5 is to have a you can do it and a get it done attitude. Remember why you are going to college or school in the first place. Don't go there and party, or sleep your academics away, I guess is the way I'm trying to say it. Don't go there and waste your time and other people's money. Don't get caught up in I don't want to say ideal, into the college life. It's not statistics. No. Don't get caught up in the college life ideal, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Where you can party every weekend and still pass your class, because yes, there are people that can do that, but you may not be that person. Remember, there's always a way to accomplish your goal in the classes that you're taking this semester. There's your professor who you can email or talk to and get extra help or clarification if you don't understand anything. There's a peer tutor that I mentioned earlier that you can go to if the professor isn't available. You've got family that may have taken the class or can help you. And there's also the internet. The internet is your oyster. Use it to your advantage. There's something out there to help you with everything. And just stay focused. You got this. You know what I mean? You're there. You got into the school that you wanted to go to. So obviously you had the drive and ambition at some point in time. So just keep that up. Stay focused and get through it. Push through it. I believe in you. Alright, so that's all the tips that I have for you all. And I just wanted to, give you guys I don't want to say a sneak peek, but an idea of the classes that I'm taking this spring. Yeah, and I'll keep you guys updated as we move along with this 3-part series for this academic semester. For those of you who don't know, I'm a junior English major, sociology minor, and this semester I'll be taking 3 English classes. There are literature and law, the English language, and women writers. 2 sociology classes, intro to sociology and elementary statistics for sociologists, and 1 finance class, is intro to personal finance. So I'll keep you all posted with those grades and my trials and tribulations that come along with those. But that's all that I have for you all this week. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to visit my Instagram, Patreon, and Twitter, and merch. And, help me out. Also, don't forget to go shop at brennan'sboutique.bigcartel.com. I think that's all that I have for you all this week. Thank you all so much for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks for listening this week. If you have any questions, want to share a story, or be featured in our Q&As, send them to me at selfcarebgirl@gmail.com or submit them on my blog at selfcareblackgirls.com. While you're over there, subscribe and join so you never miss anything. Subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes to help spread the word. You can also donate one time or monthly by clicking on the Patreon link on my blog. There are rewards. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to stay beautiful.